Good morning. Welcome back to the farm. As you can tell, it's a beautiful day out. I gotta go feed these animals, and I got some stuff we can work on inside, but I figured it'd be a good day to do an about us video. So stay with me. I'm gonna get these animals fed, and I'll meet you back inside. Okay, we're back in from feeding. It's a beautiful day out, let me tell you. It's supposed to rain like that all day long, so we'll get some inside stuff done today. First thing I want to do is this old Finch charger here. It was intermittently working, so I want to take it apart and see if we can figure out what's going on with it. And I'll say again, guys, if you don't know what you're doing with electricity, don't. It can kill you very quick. Mandy and I have 3 daughters. We've got twins, Ayla and Eden. Ayla's the one that lives out in California, which I think she's going to be coming home here in the next month or two. Her husband's in the Navy. Ayla and Eden are both 22 years old. Charlie, our youngest daughter, is currently a student at U of L, and she is 20 years old. We've actually lived on this farm for 13 years, but it's been in our family since about 1980. This farm's 80 acres. The one across town is 100 acres that my brother lives on. And that's the farm we grew up on, was over there. Mandy grew up in a subdivision, so you can't hold that against her, but she has really embraced this lifestyle and has done a great job. She's learned a lot, she gardens a lot, and she still works for a full-time job. Me personally, I quit working about 4 years ago. I'm 46 years old now. I was about 42, and I retired from a 60-hour work week. I made a lot of money, and I made really good money, but it just wasn't worth it. This is the lifestyle I want to live. Okay, we got this thing apart. We got capacitor, circuit boards, transformer. If you don't know about capacitors, you have to make sure they're discharged. Don't be touching anything in here until they're discharged. So, of course, we grew up on the other farm, my brother and I. This farm here, actually, my grandfather owned. My dad and my grandfather passed away in 2015. We were already living up here, taking care of this place, but my grandfather still owned it. They passed away within a month of each other. My dad died, and then a month later, my grandfather died. So my brother and I, one of my dad's last wishes was, you guys keep the farms going. So we ended up purchasing everybody out of the estates, and we're still going today. I don't see anything obvious right now. I'm going to tear this down a little bit more. And again, the capacitor, make sure it's discharged, which I've already done. And I'm going to pull the wires off the circuit board. Maybe. Come off there. And they don't matter. It doesn't matter how they get hooked back up. And then I want to try to get some more light on that. I'm going to pull these bridge wires. And then we can take this out. I'll set that to the side for right now. But again, I don't see any major corrosion or nothing on it, so we'll set it to the side. Now we want to take our meter and we're going to set it to ohms. Maybe if the battery's good in it. First we're going to get a battery for our meter. So now, where we took those 2 jumper wires off, here and here, we're just going to check the resistance across this. I guess this would be the primary side. So we are getting a reading there, which tells me that that transformer is not burned up. So that's good. The next place I want to go is right here, and we should get about 10 ohms of resistance. 9.8, so we're good there. On this main circuit board, these two actually will unplug. Take that one out, and I see zero corrosion there. So I also want to check these resistors here. Let's move this out of the way where you guys hopefully can see this. So right here on them, they tell you 7.5, 7.5. We're going to check the resistance across these. And as long as they're close, we don't get anything crazy. So 7.9. Look like an 8 something. Let me try that one again. It's 67 ohms. I need to see what that one actually is. And this last one is 7.5. It definitely says USA on it. I don't see any other markings, so I'm not exactly sure. Try to clean it up a little bit here. Maybe I can see something on it. It looks like, I thought it said 7.5 before, but I think it says 70, which would be 70, and it was 68, 69, so it's right there where it needs to be too. So I think all these are okay. So one other thing we need to check on here is, and it's, let me get some light on that for you guys. If you see in between these resistors, there is like a, I think it's a thermal fuse. Hope you can see that. But we're going to check and make sure they're not open. So again, we're on ohms. That's right. You won't get much. We just want to make sure that there is resistance there. We don't want it open. So both those are good. So this board itself is good. There's nothing wrong with this. So I went ahead and checked all these little resistors here. There's some down there. All of them seem to be good. I don't see anything there. Looking for any kind of burn marks or cold solder joints on the board, and I really don't see anything there. It all looks good. So we're moving on. Let's take this apart and see if we can figure out what's going on there. I have a sneaking suspicion that our problem's going to be in this transformer. I think these particular chargers are known for having issues with the transformers in them. As a matter of fact, I'm going to retest that. I want to get this where you guys can see it. But now, that transformer's open. I should be getting some resistance on that. So I would imagine that it's there. You see I moved it and it jumped up. Moved it again and nothing. There's something in the primary winding on this, I bet, that's chewed up and not working right. And it's getting an intermittent connection, and that kind of explains what it was doing, because it'd work sometimes and sometimes it wouldn't. See there, I smacked it on the table a couple times and now I'm not getting nothing out of it. I'd say it's safe to say that's our problem. So we're going to get one of those ordered. So getting back to my story, my brother and I, we ended up keeping the farms. And that's one of the last things our father had said to us. He wanted us to keep everything going. So that was our main objective, was just to keep his and my grandfather's legacy going. And I'm glad that we could do that. Farming's changed a lot. We're a lot more diversified, and if you've seen my previous videos, you know that I'm doing different things now, raising different type animals, growing my own corn, practicing regenerative farming. So a lot has changed, but I'm fortunate to have the family I have. My wife, my kids, my brother and his family. He has 2 kids, and we're just happy that we can keep going every day and passionate about doing this. I couldn't picture myself doing anything else. Well, hope you enjoyed this video. I'm John with Ryan Family Farm, and I will see you next time.